John Baptiste and Stay Human, everybody. Thank you, John. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Joining me now is the man who has spent more than 40 years representing the state of New York on Capitol Hill. Please welcome back to A Late Show, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Senator Schumer, thank you so much for being here.
Good to be with you again, Stephen. First time as Majority Leader.
That is true. I want to get to that in just 1 second. But first, I want to talk about the horrific violence down in Atlanta.
Yes.
It's an unmitigated tragedy. What words do you have for people in the Asian American community who are feeling increasingly threatened over the past year especially?
Yeah, well, first, my heart goes out to the families of the 8 who have suffered such a tragedy, and to literally millions of Asian Americans who now walk the streets with fear that they might be the next victim of this kind of assault. The Asian American community is such a beautiful thing in America. Hardworking people. They start businesses and community organizations. They're family oriented. And there's nothing more than they want than to be Americans. In New York, here's an interesting statistic to show how 9% of the police force is Asian American. So they are a wonderful people, and they make America a fine place. You know what's happened in the last 4 years? With Donald Trump, we've always had bigotry in America. There's an undercurrent. Sometimes it rises to the surface. But Donald Trump has a lot of people thought he made it acceptable. And it rose up. It's almost as if, the superego that kept this bigotry down was gone. And so it's worse than it's been before. We all, every one of us, has an obligation to speak out against it, to let our Asian American friends know we love them and they're part of us, and to realize that bigotry against one is bigotry against all. I ache for them. I ache. I do.
Well, you have a lot to get done in this session of the Congress. The last time you and I spoke, as you pointed out, you had a different title. Now you are the Majority Leader. Second time for Nancy Pelosi to be the Speaker. First time for you to be the Majority Leader. Are you drunk with power, or are you still just drunk on cheesecake? Which is it?
I love Junior's cheesecake from Brooklyn. But let me tell you the reaction I had when I found out I'd be Majority Leader. Every one of us who has worked for a very important goal, whether it's personal or family or professional, and you achieve that goal after a long trek, detours along the road, logs in the path, your immediate reaction is one of joy. Wow, I got here. But with me, within a few minutes, it was 4:30 a.m. in the morning, just after they declared Ossoff and Warnock the 2 Georgia senators winner, I had a second reaction. And I call it one of awe. And awe not in the sense that my daughters used to use it, Dad, that movie was awesome. But awe in this sense, when the angels saw the face of God, they trembled in awe. And I realized right away, it hit me very hard, quicker than I thought, the tremendous responsibility placed on the shoulders of our Democratic majority, small though it was. And I still feel that way. We have an obligation to show people that there's a positive path forward that can make their lives better, so they won't turn to the false god of bigotry and the kind of person that Donald Trump was. Well, that's how I felt.
Let's talk about some of the responsibility that you and your fellow representatives in Congress have taken on so far. 6 weeks into the new job, you passed a $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill.
Yes.
Back in 2010, when the Affordable Care Act was passed, now President Biden famously on a hot mic said that was, and CBS will bleep this, a big deal. What 3 words describe the relief plan?
Game effing changer. It's changing a lot of lives for the better.
How does it change the game? I'm sorry, sir.
What's changed?
What's changed? How does the game change?
In many different ways. It's done so much. First, some of the immediate things that the American people want. People will get their $1,400 checks. Many have already. For each person in the family, a family of 4 makes below $150,000, they get $5,600. The vaccines, they are now being administered at a much quicker and more effective rate. many more people will be able to get the vaccine much sooner. How about this one? Because we changed something called the child tax credit and the earned income tax credit, half the children in America who are in poverty will not be in poverty. That's amazing. When you're a child and you start out impoverished, you don't get adequately fed, you don't get adequate education and health care and housing. And when you become a young person, you're way behind, steps behind. We can eradicate that. Now, this is for 1 year. I would hope, Stephen, we could make it permanent. That will change America permanently. We've made it easier for the schools to open. There are so many things in this bill. And one final thing that sort of encapsulates it. We Democrats believe that government has to be a force for good. And we promised when we ran that we would do things that would make people's lives better. And in this American Rescue Plan, we actually have done that. And just about every American will have their lives made better one way or another. All the things I mentioned, you could be a restaurateur, you could be a nonprofit, you could be someone who's worried about your pension. All of that has been made better.
Well, let's talk about big, bold change and also income inequality. This was the ARP, the rescue plan, was passed through budget reconciliation. For the people out there who don't know, that means it doesn't need to get around a filibuster.
Right.
Can you do that again? This was the 2020 budget reconciliation. You've still got 2021, right?
Yeah, we still have another one.
So you get two. You get to double dip this year. Is it going to be infrastructure paid for with a big tax increase on guys like me with a lot of cash?
Yeah, well, we haven't firmly decided, but it's likely to be the Biden plan, which is called Build Back Better, which combines a bunch of things. Number one, dramatic increase in infrastructure, both the traditional infrastructure, but also green infrastructure. It's very climate oriented. So for instance, we would have a power grid that could bring solar and wind power from one end of the country to the other. I've made a proposal, which Biden has accepted, that we greatly encourage electric cars, which don't pollute as opposed to the internal combustion engine. So and infrastructure in a different way too. Broadband. Franklin Roosevelt said in the 30s, Stephen, that every home should have electricity. It was a necessity. Well, high-speed internet's a necessity now, but too many homes in rural America, and we have to include rural America in what we try to do, and in the inner city don't have internet. Our proposal would say every home should get it.
We have to take a quick break, Senator, but stick around, everybody. When we come back, I will ask Chuck Schumer about Mitch McConnell's threats to unleash scorched earth if they change the filibuster.